Welcome to Headline News. This is Maria Han. EPA firing all Trump-appointed science advisors. On Thursday, April 8th, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, fired dozens of scientific advisors with the intention of reorganizing the panels. The dismissed members were appointed by the Trump administration. They are scientific elites in various industries. All 49 sitting members of the Science Advisory Board and Clean Air Scientific Advisory Committee were fired via email sent by EPA HR. Both panels have been providing scientific expertise on policies to protect the environment. The email wrote, "Effective immediately, all current membership to the SAB and the SAB Standing Committee is expired." EPA Administration Michael Regan said it was done to reset the advisory panels. In addition, the EPA will reverse many of the agency's directives and policies issued during Trump's administration. On April 8th, 2 House Republicans wrote a letter to Regan and denounced the move as unprecedented. James Corner is from Kentucky, and he is the top Republican on the Oversight and Reform Committee. Within the Oversight Committee, Representative Ralph Norman is the ranking member on the Environment Subcommittee. In their letter, they wrote, "The midterm firing of Science Advisory Board members within the first months of a new administration demonstrates a deeply troubling partisan political agenda. Indeed, removing Science Advisory Board members simply because they were appointed by a different political party seriously undermines the credibility of EPA and its advisory boards." John Graham is the former chair of the EPA's Science Advisory Board. He highlighted the excellent services provided by the members. These contributions include addressing scientific shortcomings in the previous administration's plans to weaken greenhouse gas standards and water pollution limits, limiting the type of science used in policymaking, and revising the calculation on the benefits of reducing air pollution, among other things. Florida governor sues CDC, requests immediate lifting of cruise ship sailing ban. On Thursday, April 8th, Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis announced that the state is suing the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, over its prolonged shutdown of cruises. The lawsuit requests that cruises be allowed to sail in Florida immediately. Last week, the CDC issued new guidelines telling companies how to respond in the event of COVID-19 cases, and has imposed many requirements on the cruise industry while still not lifting the ban on cruise sailings. Quote, "Today, Florida is fighting back," Governor DeSantis spoke at a news conference at the Port of Miami. "We don't believe the federal government has the right to mothball a major industry for over a year based on very little evidence and very little data. I think we have a good chance for success." DeSantis pointed out that the order not to allow cruise ships to sail is outdated and hurts Florida because its industry puts thousands of Floridians to work and brings billions of dollars in revenue to the state. According to news outlet Orlando Sentinel, Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody said the lawsuit is against the CDC, the Biden administration, and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. The lawsuit has been filed in Federal District Court in Tampa. Quote, "The cruise industry has been singled out and, unlike the rest of America, prevented from reopening," the lawsuit claims. Despite the demonstrated success of reasonable COVID-19 safety protocols in Europe and Asia, the cruise industry in the United States has been subject to a nationwide lockdown since March 2020. As a result, the industry is on the brink of financial ruin. On Thursday, Royal Caribbean Group announced that it will continue to suspend its premium cruise ships Celebrity Cruises, Royal Caribbean International, and Silversea Cruises from the United States until June 30th. However, both Royal Caribbean International and Celebrity Cruises have said they have opened many new home ports around the world and will continue to sail in other parts of the world. Safety is the first priority, And we know that cruising can be safe, as we have seen in Europe and Asia, said Richard D. Fain, CEO of Royal Caribbean Group. The rising number of Americans who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19, layered on top of the rigorous health and safety measures we're implementing under the Healthy Sail Panel's guidance, enables us to create a safe environment to take a cruise. We strongly believe that President Biden's stated goal for society to reopen in time for Independence Day is a realistic goal. According to U.S. media outlet CNBC, Royal Caribbean has carried more than 100,000 passengers outside the U.S. since the start of the pandemic and has found only 10 COVID cases. Speaking on CBS This Morning on Thursday, Fain said, "We would like to be treated in a very similar way to the airlines and other forms of transportation as we are re-emerging into society." Carnival Cruise Line Chief Executive Arnold Donald also expressed that they would like to be treated similar to the rest of travel and entertainment and tourism sector. In a statement Monday, the Cruise Lines International Association called on the CDC to lift the conditional sailing order. The statement said, "The irony is that today an American can fly to any number of destinations to take a cruise, but cannot board a ship in the U.S. This deprives U.S. workers from participating in the economic recovery and does not recognize the public health advances that have been made over many months, including the ability to effectively mitigate risk on cruise ships." The Daily Wire reported Wednesday, April 7th, that Carnival Cruise Line might need to relocate from all of its U.S. destinations if the CDC does not loosen restrictions or come up with a viable way to do so. Biden officially announces series of gun control measures, resisted by many. On Thursday, April 8th, President Joe Biden unveiled a series of gun control measures that were resisted by multiple parties. Biden announced a series of executive plans for gun control, including restrictions on do-it-yourself so-called ghost guns, funding for community violence interventions, the nomination of gun control advocate David Chipman to head the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and the release of an annual report on gun trafficking. Within hours of Biden's gun control announcement, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee signed into effect a bill passed by the state legislature on Monday, April 5th, that makes statewide gun carry constitutionally protected. In other words, Tennesseans will not need a permit to carry a handgun in the future. The bill, also known as constitutional carry, will take effect on July 1st of this year. This makes Tennessee the 19th state in the United States to enact constitutional carry. The law allows people 21 and older, as well as military personnel between the ages of 18 and 20, to carry handguns openly and concealed. The law does not apply to long guns. Tennessee's governor said, "Tennessee finally joins 19 other states in siding with law-abiding, responsible gun owners, and I commend both the NRA and members of the General Assembly for making it happen." Also, Texas Governor Greg Abbott tweeted against Biden's gun control executive order, arguing that it is threatening our Second Amendment rights. Abbott said, "Biden just announced a new liberal power grab to take away our guns. We will not allow this in Texas. It's time to get legislation making Texas a Second Amendment sanctuary state passed and to my desk for signing." Earlier Thursday, several prominent gun rights groups, including the National Rifle Association and Gun Owners of America, also criticized Biden's gun control statement. Pro-gun groups consider Biden's statement to be atrocious in nature. Gun Owners of America said, "Like a dictator, Biden is seeking to unilaterally regulate firearms that gun owners currently own. And he's doing this via executive action, bypassing the constitutional requirements which give Congress the authority to pass legislation." The National Rifle Association also warned after Biden's speech that his order would effectively repeal the Second Amendment. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.